Good morning. I'm Jennifer Powell, and in the audience today we have Brandon Sisa, Tony Rozier, Ross Moulton, Danny Williams, Curtis Haslam, Kenny Ham, and Alan Angel. Thank you all for participating today. Today I'm going to speak to you on reading to your child daily. Children's author Emily Buchwald said that children are made readers on the laps of their parents. Unfortunately, 1 in 4 children in our nation grow up without knowing how to read. Of those 2/3 who cannot read proficiently, by the end of 4th grade, they will end up in jail or on welfare. 85% of juveniles who face trial in the juvenile court system are illiterate. Of 4th graders, 53% read recreationally almost every day, while only 20% of 8th graders can say the same. Literacy is a learned skill. Illiteracy is passed down from parents who can neither read nor write. Reading is the single most important thing you can do to help your child acquire language, prepare for school, and instill a love of learning. Most people don't realize the enormous impact this simple act has on the life of a child. How do I know this to be true? I am a parent and I read to my child every day. My son is now an honors student, entering his senior year, is a member of the debate team, and has a vast love of reading. While other kids grew up with a Nintendo in their hands, he preferred a book. There are far too many youth in our nation today who cannot read, which can easily be rectified by reading to your child each day, to give them the emotional and intellectual building blocks to succeed in life. First, let's look more closely at the illiteracy problem in our country. As many as 44 million people, or 23% of the population in America, are functionally literate with skills at only a 4th grade level. Can you imagine giving the wrong medicine to your sick child, or not being able to help your child with their homework? Even worse, imagine not being able to get around town because you can't read street signs or understand public transportation routes. Such is the case of a retired teacher by the name of John Corcoran. As it happens all too often, John was moved up from grade to grade without actually knowing how to read. He cheated his way through high school, and he graduated with his diploma. He went on to college where the cheating escalated and earned his bachelor's degree in education. For 17 years, he taught high school using the help of teachers' assistants and oral lesson plans. Finally, embarrassed and ashamed, at the age of 48, he secretly worked with a tutor to be able to get to the reading level of a 6th grader. In an interview he did with Channel 10 News, he told reporter Charisse Yu, "I believe that illiteracy in America is a form of child neglect and child abuse, and the child is blamed and they carry the shame. If we just teach our people how to read, we give them a fair chance." Illiteracy is a problem in every community, and John Corcoran is but one example of the situation facing millions of Americans. It affects our economy with the loss of $225 billion annually in productivity, tax revenue, welfare, crime, and poverty. Health issues are a concern because the illiterate can't read directions, read prescription labels, or health-related materials. Their conditions then continue to worsen, necessitating frequent trips to the doctor or the emergency room. Uneducated girls are 4 times more likely to have a baby before their 19th birthday. Illiteracy costs the healthcare industry over $230 billion each year. In the workplace, illiteracy also has a major impact. According to statistics listed by the nonprofit organization Pro-Literacy on their website, limited skills are held by 40% of the workforce, and 14.5% of those with low literacy skills are unemployed. Unfortunately, these same adults do not have the skills to support their children in school, and the illiteracy cycle is repeated. Those that don't graduate from high school are on low wages and have to rely on the welfare system. They're more likely to engage in criminal behavior. Over their lifetime, they will cost the United States more than $250,000 each. This is a large and costly problem in our country. Clearly, our society is in need, but fortunately there are ways to help solve this problem. If we read to our children every day, the literacy rate would greatly improve and we would have successful students in our schools. You should begin reading to your child at birth. In the article, The Importance of Reading Aloud to Children by Tracy Buckler, she notes that only 25% of the brain is developed at birth and it continues to develop through the first year. Reading helps create important pathways during this period. It doesn't matter what you read, but as your child ages, try to select books that interest the both of you. For young children, rhyming books work well because they help identify with reoccurring patterns of sound. Be enthusiastic and make it an enjoyable activity. Explain words your child might not know and how the pictures relate to the story. Ask your child questions and help them connect the story with their own life. Be interactive. Find out what their favorite part was or what they observed in the book. Take your child to the library and expose them to ebooks so that they have print materials available. The award-winning journalist Jim Trelease notes in his literature, Why Read Aloud to Children, that as students age, their reading tends to decline. So create a lifetime reader by continuing to read to your child, even through middle and high school. Reading to a child sends a pleasure message to the brain, so they associate books with pleasure. Next, I will discuss some of the benefits to your child as well as society. Reading instills a lifelong love of learning and creates a bond between parent and child. We read for the same reason we talk: to reassure, to entertain, to bond, to inform, arouse curiosity, and inspire. He or she will learn new words, and by the time they start kindergarten, they may have a vocabulary of more than 10,000 words. They will not only develop speech skills, but a higher aptitude for learning in general. Your child will see that a book is read from left to right, from front to back, beginning to end. Better communication skills will be established along with a better grasp of language. Book reading can play an important role in wake and sleep patterns by making book reading part of the bedtime routine, noted pediatrician Dr. Barry Zuckerman in the article Reading Aloud to Children. Reading a story that's relevant to an issue your child may be facing could help ease the transition for them. It also fosters self-discipline, memory retention, and better attention span. Reading is important for their self-esteem and can help them learn about relationships in the world around them. With a little time and effort, you can give your child an important lifelong advantage and help society in the process. To conclude, I discussed today the state of literacy in our country, the importance of reading to your child, and the benefits that follow as a result. I encourage you to set aside time each day to read to your child. Equip them with the single most important skill that they will use in their life. After all, why would you not want to give him or her the brightest future possible? Thank you.